Okay, what is up, guys? It's your favorite transparent YouTuber on the platform, Transparent Hoodie on the mic, coming at you with another video. Devil May Cry this time. And pretty much what this video is, or from what I understand from just thumbnails and titles alone, is just that this is a full-on Japanese showcase. So the people that's playing this game, I think they're Japanese, and they're pretty much breaking down the game and characters as they play. So this is my first time watching the video. Outside of descriptions and from what I can get from the video itself, from the first couple of seconds, that's pretty much the basis of the video. And as they're trying to break down these particular characters, obviously I can't understand them, but in my own way I'll try to see how I feel about what they're showing us and then give my own thoughts on what exactly is being shown to us. So let's just press play.
What's happening now?
Get out of here! This is a bad move! You're just dead weight! Don't do it!
Am I the only one whenever I see like new Devil May Cry stuff, I get like the little chills? I get the chills here and there. Like I was like, oh, the game is right around the corner. Like, what, guys, don't you think that's crazy? One more week. Tell me you don't think that's like blowing your mind a little bit. Like, this game was announced in E3. And we're about to get it in a week. 1 week. 7 days.
No!
Okay. That was a little unnecessary, but I just had to mention that. Like, I had to say that loud for myself. And this is the part I saw. So I saw the Japanese players playing and kind of like using V a little bit. And don't worry, like, I'll give my own personal breakdowns for each of the characters, and depending on like the type of player you are, I'll let you know personally what character will probably best resonate with you. And I don't know, like, put in the comments, but like, I'm pretty sure you guys are okay. That's a cool enemy type, a new enemy type too, I think. But let me know if you guys are okay for me talking over these Japanese players, because like, there's no subtitles anyway, so like, we can't understand. I can't understand. You know what's crazy? Riot kind of reminds me of that armored Devil May Cry 1 lizard villain. I kind of wonder how many like enemy types are going to be in this game. Because if they are taking a lot of like older and old school Devil May Cry villains or just enemies, low level enemies, and they're just reincorporating them in 5, I think that would be pretty dope. Maybe we'll get like, maybe I want to say 30, 40, that's a lot. That's really a lot. If you really think about it, that's a lot of enemies if you think about it. Like 30 to 40 different enemy types in the game. I'm pretty sure this game's maybe more, but that's, for Devil May Cry, that's kind of crazy. 30 to 40 enemy types. Including like transformations, of course. That's pretty dope. I'm guessing what they're showing us is, in death, when you call out any of the allies, they have, yeah, that's what, okay, they have their own healths. Depending on what you do for those particular characters, I guess. Okay, so you can you can resurrect them by, I guess, inputting an input so they can come back a little bit faster, but for the most part, they do regenerate on their own. Okay, that's pretty dope. Also, they have health bars, because I'm not gonna lie, for my last live reaction, when I saw those like little green health bars, or I know now they're health bars, but when I saw the little green lines going down next to like these health gauge, I kind of was confused on what those were. I just thought that was like a fancy like design choice by the developers. Okay, let's see. Okay, I feel like this might be a little bit bold, and the only reason I say it's bold is not because I'm going to be saying anything crazy, but pretty much I've never had hand-on time with like V or Dante. The only character I have any time to actually play was Nero. But to me, I feel like V is definitely a beginner-friendly character. Because think about it real quick. Like, V doesn't really require a lot of execution. And that could be my ignorance talking because I haven't played the character. But visually looking at V, he doesn't look like he's execution heavy. Granted, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of crazy and nutty things you could do with the character at a really, really high level. But if you're a casual just picking up Devil May Cry and just trying to try out the game for what it is, I feel like V would be definitely the best character for you. Because you could probably do some pretty sick stuff when you're high level by upgrading your character with V with not much of any real execution or timing needed, because you have Griffin and you have Shadow. You could just stay in the back, have Shadow and Griffin pretty much combo chain for you, and you're pretty much good. And the character kind of revolves around that whole idea and concept anyway, so it's not like you're being scummy or anyway. But that's just how I feel about V. V to me is definitely a cool character. A beginner-friendly character too. And like I said, doesn't mean he can't do crazier and nutty stuff later on, or with like in the hands of a pro.
死にそうやけどまだ死んでないっていう状況なんですでこの赤いバーがどんどん減っていくんですけどこれがね残り時間ですねデザイン状態の残る時間を表してて、でこのデザイン状態になってる敵の近くに行って V が丸ボタンで杖で
I hope this is just a personal thing as well. Design-wise, I kind of hope that they give V a small health bar. Because right now, V health bar does look pretty small, but that could just be because it's earlier on in the game when they're playing as him, and they haven't upgraded his health. But I hope that they keep his health bar small, only because it's like, I feel like V should at least punish you as a character. The developer should at least have an incentive to punish you a little bit, you know what I mean? So V is supposed to be a character that stays in the back line. You rarely ever want to confront an enemy unless they're near death or there's a clean opportunity for you to actually take them out, right? So in that case, V should not be the type of character that he's going in guns a-blazing. So if you do play that play style and you excel at it, I feel like you should be rewarded handsomely for it, you know? But they should give V low health. And maybe a big reward if you do go guns a-blazing with V, you attack people with V. Like, you get more red orbs, or you get better chances at getting maybe, like, green orbs. V's mobility just looks dope. That looks dope. His walk speed might be meh, but him sliding and gliding around on Shadow is really, really dope. That's sick. Okay.
じゃあちょっとここでですね、基本操作ですね。
I feel like Shadow is the true cheese for V. Like, Shadow just does so much. Like, he does a lot. V, yo, Shadow does a lot. Shadow does a lot.
シャドウがこう液体状態というか粉状態になって、それに乗せられてシュッて横向きに。
That's pretty cool. He has a nice sidestep. Oh, but he still needs Shadow though.
シャドウに乗って避けることができます。で
I kind of like that. It's very responsive. I was gonna say it kind of sucks that whenever you want to be a little bit more mobile with V, you have to give up Shadow on offense. And that's not really the case. It doesn't really look that way. Like, when it comes to having to choose between the option of V mobility or just having Shadow be aggressive, it transitions pretty quickly. So you can be mobile, and then as soon as you just want to start walking around and just walking back a little bit with your normal, regular move speed, Shadow instantly goes back into the fight. I like that. You don't have to resummon him, recall him, he's instantly there. Also, I have a question for you guys. So, when it comes to summoning Griffin and it comes to summoning Shadow, because I have seen certain cutscenes or certain gameplay snips where you don't get Shadow and Griffin out automatically. It has to do with, like, summoning them. You have to summon them. So, my thing is, though, could you, like, recall them? Like, after you summon Shadow or Griffin, could you, like, reverse it so you don't have them out? Like, that'd be... I'm curious. That's curious. I want to know. I mean, there shouldn't be no reason why not to have them out because, you know, they're your offensive characters. Well, Shadow's more offense, and Griffin to me looks like a more defensive type of, like, demon. But who knows? V's moving like the tourbillon of freaking Devil May Cry. Stays in the back. Lets his supports do all the work.
ワープしてとどめさせて次のやつにとどめさせてでそうするとスタイリッシュゲージもどんどん上がっていくんでスタイリッシュポイント上げるんだったら、まあ、連続とどめとか使ってもらうといいですね。じゃああれもやってみますか。ロイヤルフォークやってますね。
Oh, that right there was a
こ
nice
れが
little
ね
combo he did.
コマンド技なんですけど
Throwing up the little demon up in the air and then having Shadow just
今かっこよく決まりまし
whip
た
it down.
複数の敵が同時にまあデザインごめんなさいステイ
I think I was talking to a commenter in my comment section about just the level design for Devil May Cry, and I'm not gonna lie, like I know this is still earlier on. We don't know what exactly we're going to be getting later on, but I'm kind of disappointed a little bit. Like the scenery of the actual areas that you're in looks beautiful, but especially with a character like V that looks like he has way more mobility than they're giving him credit for in the game, it kind of sucks where they're keeping most of these characters grounded or elevated. Like there's no real cool way to traverse the areas like in DMC Devil May Cry. And I know everybody hated the reboot, but the reboot had, well, okay, this part is dope. I like this part. This part is pretty neat. But I was kind of hoping that there would be more crazier ways to traverse different areas, you know? Not necessarily puzzle-esque, but like same way how like you guys, let's lower the value. Yeah, same way how like Dante and DMC the reboot was able to use like the different Angelos and just swing around, being able to move and contour different areas. Like I wish they did that in this game. Yo, why did this dude look like Nello Angelo?
Nice. Getting the band back together, huh?
すごい
What evil lurks?
前にもこんないたな
I must destroy. I thought that was the plan all along.
Okay. I think I've seen this in a cutscene that made me think that they're in hell. Cause I remember back when I was doing the whole like structuring the timelines, I was saying like, oh, that's Neo Angelo, so they have to be in hell because they're making them relive some of their, I guess, past encounters.
シェアードシングルプレイでマッチングされていた場合は今これオフラインなんでネロは AI で動いてるんですがマッチングされてた場合はネロは誰かがプレイしてる
Maybe Mundus is the villain in this game. Maybe Urizen is just a foot soldier for Mundus. Because the way how this game is designed, the way how some of the jobbers look, they just look like Mundus-esque villains or Mundus-esque like henchmen. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I really do feel like potentially Mundus could be the final boss. Urizen could just be like the poster boy for right now. Mundus probably gave him the leeway to actually enact some of his like dominance within the human world and demon world maybe. But in actuality, maybe Mundus is slowly but surely trying to seek his way back and make his return. I think this is the dopest thing though, being able to play with like multiple players on screen. Cause this whole, imagine that though, like if two players have good sync, imagine the combos you can do with like V Nero, Nero Dante, if they're in the game, Trish and Lady, like that would be sick. And I really do hope that they're in the game. Ever since I seen Dante holding Sparta, it kind of like disencouraged me. Disencouraged. Well, you know what? Why not? Throw that word out there. Discouraged. It disencouraged me in actually thinking that Trish was gonna be playable. But I really hope they don't have like a lame in-story reason for why like Lady and Trish aren't active within the game. Because to me, this looked like the end game, if you want to say this. Like, I don't know if Devil May Cry 5 truly is going to be the last installment of the Devil May Cry series, but it does have that end game kind of feel. It's either end game or we're wrapping things up for a character. Because I could see this game being like maybe the last Dante game, the last game where Dante takes on like a strenuous job, or maybe this could be the game where like we lose someone very quintessential into the Devil May Cry like franchise. Like we could lose someone pretty big, but I don't know.
まあ切り札として使ってもらってもいいし、ピンチをこう脱出するために使ってもらってもいいかな。すごい。その代わりね、ナイトメアもやっぱり
That was sick. That was pretty sick.
こうやってデザイン状態になった敵をまあ V で近づいてとどめた。
And I don't know the I don't know the stance of a lot of like the Devil May Cry community when it comes to who do they think V is associated with now. And when I say associate, I mean like kid. Like who do you think is V the son of or associated or linked to? Because I think during the beginning a lot of people were saying Virgil, and I think people still have that assumption that V is somewhat or somehow related to Virgil. I know there's a lot of theories out there. If you guys have your own theories or heard a theory, let me know in the comments. I'm down to, you know, talk about it and, you know, discuss it with you guys. But I don't know. To me, I think I made this video a while back, but I think V is associated with Mundus. Like, to me, V is probably Mundus's either incarnation, another one, or he's probably like Mundus's son in some way. Or he could be Mundus, who knows? But I don't think they'll go that far though. I don't think V would be Mundus. But well, technically speaking, if he is an incarnation, he is Mundus. But again, those are just things just ideas I've been spitballing out there. What the heck? Where's Nero? Nero out here just having V fight by himself. What happened to Nero? I guess Nero just went for some lunch. He was like, V, you got this. I'm going for a pizza.
割と自動で戦ってくれることとかも多いですけど、デビルトリガーゲージの残量に注意しながら戦っていくっていうのが重要かも。
I don't know how. I was just thinking to myself a little bit how cool it would be if the golem that V like summons when he goes into Devil Trigger can actually like morph and contort a little bit. But I mean, Shadow does that already, so it wouldn't make sense for his Devil Trigger to do the same. And right now his Devil Trigger is pretty small. Like I remember when that one trailer came out when V was fighting Goliath. Yeah, V was fighting Goliath. His Devil Trigger was actually pretty massive. So there we go. So I'm guessing they're talking about controlling the size of the actual golem that you summon for his Devil Trigger. That's sick. I'm assuming that it probably or maybe consumes more Devil Trigger depending on the size that you summon the golem in. And it looks like it's true.
親指一つで片方を食べながら四角ボタンで食べながら三角連打するとか三角ボタン食べながら四角連打するっていうのね一応指一本なんとかできるようになってくる。Damn.
These Angelos are fighting like bosses. Like, damn. How long has this man been fighting this guy? Regenerating. You got summon the golem again? I'm guessing the golem is what does like the most damage. That's why he keeps summoning him. I really wish I knew what they were saying, man. It will make it a little bit easier to just break it down a little bit when it comes to the whole video within itself. But I guess we just have to be grateful we get to see the footage anyway, right? Okay. The sickest thing about this, and the level designs are cool. Back to what I was saying before about there being cooler and different ways to actually traverse the areas. The level designs are cool because right now they're moving on literally like a platform. Like that's pretty sick. Oh, that's it? Oh. So they only showcased V?
It has begun.
I mean, I think we've seen this a couple of times.
Show you your worst
Rebellion breaking.
nightmares. I will give you despair and death.
At this point, he's just boasting. That's boasting. I don't think that has any like story relevance. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. They were only here to really showcase V. I mean, what we're seeing here is stuff I think it's
time to kick some ass.
Don't crap
Nero's just
yourself.
sick, so sick.
He likes to kill demon things. That's why I built him that well-functioning arm to kick demon ass.
That move where he pretty much latches onto an enemy that Nero does, and then he just twirls them and swings them around. Yeah,
moves and cover more ground. Good idea.
Okay.
Okay, Shakespeare. Just remember this. You and I like to exist, so get rid of those
Okay, so
demons
I'm
quick.
guessing they're just going to
Make my
recap
stick.
some of the trailers. This is what I'm going to do. So basically, I'll talk briefly about the three characters, Dante, Nero, and V, and who I feel like is best suited for, or what player is best suited for what character. Before I go into that, first things first,
Destroy.
play literally any character you want. It doesn't matter, as long as you like the character, play that character. This is just for people that's interested to see or know like what another person's opinions on about the skill level for these characters. Because to me, V looks like the easiest character to pick up. To master, I don't know, but to pick up, yes. Dante,
tell me everything about
to be decent with Dante and not feel like you're just doing random stuff for the sake of doing random stuff or repeating the same things that you've been doing when you first played Dante, I would probably say Dante is probably the most complicated character. And people that don't have much of a Devil May Cry history or have much of a history playing Dante is going to be the difficultest to pick up. It's compensated because Dante as a character can do so much, but I feel like there's that little feel when you play as Dante as a newer player that you're just doing random stuff for the sake of doing random stuff. None of it really feels that genuine. So that's my only problem when it comes, well, it's not a problem, but when it comes to Dante being used as, or for like beginner players, like you're gonna have that feeling where it's just like, learning or mastering Dante in a competent way from either switching from his different styles or just being able to weapon manage is going to feel very overwhelming, but I'll probably say Dante is the most highest level character. Nero, before, if we were talking Devil May Cry 4, the original game or the special edition, I would say Nero would have been the easiest character to play because his moveset isn't that complicated and is not that fast. So when it comes to pretty much Nero, now though, I feel like Nero is definitely intermediate because now you have to take into consideration the stockpile system. And when I say stockpile system, I mean like being able to regulate all the different arms you get. At first, it's probably going to be a little bit tricky, but trust me, like I think a little later down the line,
Curse my stars.
you'll get accustomed to it. Like
grief
it probably takes like a couple of like hiccups, you dying a couple of times, failing missions, and then eventually probably after maybe the first hour, hopefully, or maybe hour 2 if it takes that long for you to pick up something, you'll get accustomed to like Nero too. So that's just how I feel right now about these characters. V's the easiest character to pick up. Nero is the second intermediate character you could pick up. Dante will be the most complicated.
I have no name.
And also, just to
2 days
talk
old.
briefly about some of the level designs. Okay,
You can call
so
me V.
we probably took an L at one thing, but got a W at another. So just from the game look alone, I'm not too upset about not being able to traverse the areas in a crazy and fancy way. Granted, maybe you still could, I don't know. The game isn't out there. But you can tell that the sceneries look beautiful. The gameplay is amazing, just from looking at it. And only having maybe 3 hours on the demo, because I replayed that demo a bunch of times. And replaying as Nero, the gameplay just feels so responsive and smooth. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and this is kind of debatable, but when I played Nero still in Devil May Cry 5 didn't feel like he had that fluidity that DMC Devil May Cry had. Because I feel like the reboot Dante, they just had this level of fluidity to him that made him a little bit more comfortable to use. We can trail back a little bit. Yeah. It made him a little bit more comfortable to use, in my personal opinion, when it came to the reboot Dante, when it came to his fluidity. He just felt like an overall more fluent character. Like Devil May Cry 5, I don't want to say the characters are stiff, but it's like the momentum of some of these characters a little bit stagnant. And that's just my own personal opinion. If you guys think differently, let me know, but that's just how I feel when it comes to playing these games themselves. So, yeah, we pretty much got our V showcase. I thought it was pretty dope from what they showed. Like I said while I was watching the actual video itself, like it does kind of suck that we weren't able to properly get like coverage on it because the people that was covering it were Japanese players. But hopefully I did a good enough job or a close enough job explaining what was going on from my point of view, and hopefully you guys understood what you guys were seeing as well, and you guys got your own conclusions from that. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap up this video.
I think we should.
Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of V. Let me know what you think of being able to traverse the different landscapes that Devil May Cry 5 puts you in, or maybe you just don't care about it. Comment it. Also, let me know what you guys feel or think about just the game in general. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, the game is coming out in less than 7 days. Less than 7 days. I'm hyped. I'm ready. Friday the 8th is going to be a marked date on my calendar. I cannot wait. But thank you guys for watching. Your favorite transparent YouTuber is signing out. You guys have a good one. And stay tuned for more Devil May Cry, Capcom, or gaming content within the channel. You guys have a good one. Peace.